Clemson fans, it's that time of year again for the Prowl and Growl Coaches Tour to come to your city. This event features our basketball coach, Brad Brownell, and football coach, Dabo Sweeney. Hosted by IPTAY, the Clemson Alumni Association, and the Clemson Annual Fund, this is fun for the whole family and a great way to show your Tiger pride and see our coaches in person. Dates and locations have been announced, and more information on how to purchase tickets is available on ClemsonTigers.com. Come out and have a good time as we prepare for the 2011-2012 seasons. Hi, everybody, and welcome into today's IPTAY ClemsonTigers.com basketball report. Don Munson, Brad Brownell, along with you as the Tigers get set to play in the ACC basketball tournament, either Wake Forest or Boston College. As we sit here, we got to wait to see. Let's talk about having to prepare for two teams and the difficulty in doing that.
Well, sometimes it's tough because you don't know exactly who to prepare for, and so you've got to work on some things with both teams this week. You try to find ways to commonalities in the teams, and maybe one day you do a little bit more Wake stuff, the next day you do a little bit more BC stuff. Don't really talk to your players in terms of what you're doing to prepare. You're just preparing your team for certain situations. Both teams can play a little bit of a bigger lineup or smaller lineup. I think BC's been going more to a smaller lineup, so you've got to work on some different things. And offensively, you want to work on ways to post the ball. Defensively, you got to work on stretching your defense and guarding the three and guarding post guys, guarding perimeter type players. And so that's difficult. Wake does the same type of thing. In fact, Wake actually went more big against us in the second half and played a bigger lineup, moved Travis McKay to the 3 spot as opposed to the 4. And so then obviously you got to do an invert. You got to work on some post things. You got to work on your motion being more spread and ability to drive the ball and do some different things. So they both present different problems, but it'll be interesting to watch them play and go head-to-head on Thursday.
You've seen each team once this season because of the unbalanced schedule. Most of the time you see them twice, but you've only seen them once. Is there an advantage or a disadvantage in that?
Not really, because both teams are under the same premise. We've all only played one time, so usually when you've played twice, you have a really good feel for somebody because people have made adjustments for game 2, and then game 3, you pretty much know most of what each team is doing. So it'll be a little different. As I mentioned earlier, I think BC has changed some things in how they've played from maybe when we played earlier in the season. They've gone smaller. I've moved Corey Raji to the 4 and tried to do some different things to spread you out and make you guard threes even more. So, I don't know that there's an advantage, but it's interesting to watch teams evolve through the course of the season.
Dependency upon your leaders, upon your seniors, Jure, DeMontez, Zay, who's been giving you some great minutes off the bench. How much do you really lean on those guys in this tournament?
Well, I think they have to play well. There's no doubt about it. I think, in these kinds of environments, your best players have to show up and play. And usually if you're going to be really successful in the tournament and go deep into the tournament and have a chance to win, then you've got to find that third or fourth scorer. Somebody's got to get hot for a weekend. Somebody's got to play really well. A couple of the 3 games that we would play, maybe it's making threes, maybe it's finding ways to score off penetration or in the post, maybe it's a Devin Booker, who knows, maybe it's Andre Young, Tanner Smith, somebody that can kind of become a consistent third scorer, because I think you really probably need that when you play teams 2 and 3 times.
All right, so there you go. Some thoughts from Brad Brownell. 2 o'clock, of course, game time on Friday from Greensboro. And, of course, all the coverage will come your way on the Clemson Tiger Sports Network. For Brad Brownell, I'm Don Munson. Thanks for being with us on ClemsonTigers.com.